Three, two, one, and bingo was his name. Oh, hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So, as you see, the blind man, I'm jumping around, moving things around. I have new equipment and figuring out where things are going to go and all that good stuff. But anyway, I would like to thank those of you who are here for the very first time. Welcome back. Hey, Donzel Cooper, my Renaissance grandma, Maria Graham. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all figuring out how to get set up in my new setup. So, I'm doing a couple different things. If you're here on the replay, thank you and welcome. If you're in the bushes, come on in, stay a while. I'm looking at the ads coming up, but they play the ad whether or not you're monetized. So anybody that has a channel, they do what they want. I don't know if you noticed today that I'm on Restream. The last several, I was on Restream for about a good year. Then I'm rocking because my leg hurts. My maybe it's gonna rain. When your grandma used to say her legs hurt, and yeah, my leg is hurting, really hurting. And you start moving stuff around. The new frame that I have is going to be permanent there. So I'm going to have to figure out where I'm going to sew, where I'm going to greet you all. I was talking about Restream versus StreamYard. They keep changing their programs around. So I'm trying to find out what will fit what I'm trying to do with you guys and keep it simple. That's it. So I hope you all are doing great. I have great news for you. My great granddaughter, who was in the really bad accident with the tractor trailer, is actually, your blessings have worked. God has blessed her, and she's been released from the hospital. She's home at mom's house, and the family is taking care of her there. Of course, I live about an hour away, but we have a family chat, and we go live every day with whatever messages we have, all of that good stuff. Mike, thanks for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. How many of you have been gardening this week? Mike says, "Oh, great. That is great." I'm learning how to turn the messages on and off. I don't see my name, but I'm figuring stuff out, getting it reloaded, getting things going again, trying to figure out how many hours I have on which program because I'm not paying 50, 60, 70, $80 a month for a hobby. And that's what this is. It's not income producing. I don't intend for it to be. I'm retired and I want to stay retired. Mike says it's too hot today. It is. It's been pretty hot here, like breathtakingly hot. For those of you who have gardens, how many of you have been out in the weather, out in your gardens? Who's working out there? Maria Graham wasn't home today because so I don't know if she's out there. She told me she harvested most of her stuff a couple of weeks ago. Guess what? I'm still getting my stuff in the ground. All the ginger I had Thursday with the little nodules on them, I did get those in the ground. I There were some spaces where things that I thought were planted didn't come up. So I took that real estate back and I planted ginger all over the place, not in one spot like before. So whatever's taking it, stealing it, eating it, it's not a people this time because it's underground. They're critters. They have eaten my ginger, all those tall shoots, like 2 feet tall. They've chewed them all the way down to the ground. Butterroll Boutique. Thanks for coming and welcome. Mike says it's 90s and muggies. The critters are laid out in the shade. Yep, waiting for you to bring them some ice water or some sweet tea, as they say in the South. Mike. Oh, you're so lucky, Maria Graham. She says her garden is finished. Mine is finished when the snow comes. Oops. Okay, Maria Graham. I'm trying to hide something. Then some strange message came up. You guys, can you check in to make sure that Maria Graham is okay? Tori's brain. I see so many of your videos. I test my brain, then I can never get back and find them because I do one or two a day. I can never find them to leave a message. Mike is saying, start peppers now, Maria. Yeah, you can still grow down in your neck of the woods. You really can. You really can. I see people harvesting watermelons and all that stuff. I'm just happy for you. So I have different blessings. My blessing is when I find a piece of fabric I like for cheap. Now that's my blessing. I do eat well. I do have a garden, mostly herbs. There is a fabulous farmer's market not even 3 blocks away from me. My helper, her daughter has a garden and they bring me stuff. So trying to figure out what to do with my leg that hurts to put it up. Oh, Tori's brain says, thanks, Auntie. I get the 3 hearts in there when I can. When I can. It's uncomfortable to be uncomfortable when you're wiggling around. So I think I found something. Uh oh. Didn't drop anything, but I think you heard that. By the time they get grown, it will cool enough to flower. Oh, that's right. When it's over 85 degrees, tomatoes and things like that, you guys who who don't know, some of you do know, they don't flower. It's too hot. So that's what I was kind of telling Auntie Joanne, if she can keep her tomato plant alive until I don't know when it cools down in Arizona because it stays hot. Uh-oh, something happened to, hold on, you guys, screen. Uh-oh, hold on, you guys. I don't know. Something just happened. I think they think I want to share something. I'm not trying to share anything. I hope you guys can see me. I can see you down here. Oh, I know what happened. Uh-oh. So, screen. Okay, so that didn't work. Hold on, please. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, there we are. Just keep touching it, Auntie. Oh, and Auntie Ellen is funty. So, I think what I will work on today is, oh, I was in my lower third box, or somebody else was in the lower third box. I think you were talking to me. Me. Oh, for those of you who are content creators, put an exclamation mark GQuat in. Okay, put exclamation mark GQuat in the chat, and I think I think that your channel will show up. It used to. I don't know. I don't know. Mino sabe kimasabe. Mino sabe. So, to overcome this pain, I am going to do something. Oh, Maria Graham says I'm good now. Yes. So I'm going to manage this like I did at Auntie Joanne's because we'll see. I'm going to slide the sewing machine over here. You may or may not be able to, oh, if I do this, you can see my face and see me sew. Okay. Trying to figure this out. And I'll pull this forward a little bit. Oh, that's good. That's good. You guys can see right here. Good. Cool in the yang, as they say. So I forgot my stand for this phone. So let me go in and see if I can pull up the chat. Maria says I'm good now. I'll just lean this up against there. I was going to take my stand anyway to the nursing rehab where Mom is, but I didn't do it yet. So what I'm going to work on today is the denim quilt that I was working on. And I showed you how I put the glue adhesive on the back of the fabric, the double-sided heat and bond. So when I had the thumbnail before, this was only a pattern and it was just on a piece of white computer paper. Now this is the actual fabric, and I'm just going to do some zigzagging and sew it on with a little bit of gold thread. And I kind of like this. So I'm going to try a 3-stitch. Let me find zigzag. Common sense would tell you to test it on something else, right? But I live on the hands. Yep, this is Grandma's hands. At least one of them, right? So I'm going to use some gold thread because I think that will outline it. Okay. I don't. It's a small zigzag. No, it's not. It's a straight stitch. Oh, because I didn't change the width of the stitch. That's okay. I'm just sewing it on now. And instead of using one of the feet that's round, like embroidery and going around, since it's so many straight lines, I want to be able to hold it flat and hold it down. So excuse me if I can't see the comments for a minute. And I have the reason I'm calling this Grandma's hands is because this is the way my grandma used to quilt, with old pieces of bits and scraps. She didn't buy fabric. They didn't spend their money on that. They were farmers, sharecroppers, and money was tight until they had crops. So they used what they had when they had it. So here we go, you guys. A little ziggy, a little saggy. I'm going over a seam with the denim, so kind of choked a little, but it's going. So I'm excited. And what I love about this quilt is most of the pieces are left over from the denim quilt that I made for my mom. So They really will have grandma's hands on them. And Nana's too. They call my mother grandma. They call me Nana. So when I turn corners, I actually leave the needle down, turn a little bit. Oh, I like this, except for where it choked on that seam. It looks kind of cute. I'll show you guys. So I'm getting ready to go over another seam. I'll just go slow and hold it down. Oh, this is going to be cute. This is going to be cute. So this, you guys, how many of you have old jeans that you're not wearing? Maria Graham was taunting me today. I mean, one day this week, telling me she was cutting up jeans. She lives someplace where this is what I'm going to use for a thread cutter, you guys. My rotary cutter. I didn't bring the other one over. So I'm cutting this on the top, cutting this on the bottom, and I'm closing it. Always close your rotary cutter. Let me see if I'm at the bottom of the chat. So I love. Oh, one of my neighbors today. She and I came down. She came to talk about me about something. One of the projects we're doing here in the building. Put my leg up on the coffee table over there. And she grew up with one of my aunts in North Carolina. And she was telling me about how they used to quilt. She's actually a distant cousin because some of her cousins are my cousin's cousins. And yeah, so everybody from this little town was basically related to each other. So we had a good little talk about. Oh, I want to leave that down because it looks like I went a little far over. Talking about the old ways of quilting when she was in North Carolina. Oh, it's choking on a denim seam again. Oh, it doesn't look bad. Is it perfect? No. And by the way, you guys, there's no such thing as a perfect quilt. I've been quilting forever. Well, not forever, 25 years. I've been sewing forever. I'm considered a master quilter, but it's like being a master carpenter in any trade. Nothing is perfect. You just do the best you can. And as long as you like it, the person you're giving it to likes it, that's it. That's it. So I'm just going to tilt this up a little bit because those 4 black hampers up there, you guys, are full of finished quilt tops. And now that I have this new frame, it's called a Grace Cutie, that whole table over there is dedicated to it. And I will be able to get those quilts finished and on display. I'm so excited because I sold my long arm when I downsized. And guess who bought it? One of my friends who is a male quilter. And he can actually hand quilt better than me and most of the lady quilters that I know that quilt by hand. I sit next to him and watch him, and I'm like, oh, when he puts it on, his hands go, and I'm like, you go, Wallace. Okay, you guys. Okay. So it actually looks like this hand has gloves on it, but you know, when it's actually finished and back against the wall, like that little quilt up there, and by the time I put some little borders on it, maybe 3-inch borders, it'll be about 30 inches by about 30 inches. So I'm having fun, and I like it because I'm not following someone else's pattern. I'm not trying to read directions. I'm just doing whatever Lola wants. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. Now, I could have made these stitches a little closer, but guess what? I'm trying to make this look old school. I'm trying to make it look like it would have been done some time ago with those old machines. Oh, I know who it was. I saw Crafty Leo and Unbiased the other day. Excuse me, guys. My leg is really hurting. I'm putting it up for a second. And Crafty was using an older machine called a Kenmore. And one of my friends had a machine like that. That machine did 130 something stitches. And it was made by Sears, a, a, a store that's gone out of business. Used to be like Walmart. They used to sell houses and everything else. And I love seeing her using that older machine. I have a vintage machine, several vintage machines. One that I've had for since 1966. So next year will be 26. So that will be 60 years. It was a graduation present from high school. Can you imagine being that old? You have been out of high school for 60 years. I graduated from college in 1970. Good Lord, as they say. Oh, that's the name of the quilt, Grandma's Hands. Yes. And it's actually this Nana's hand that I quilted, but since I made the fingers a little bit long because I was tracing my left hand and I couldn't see on that side, so my fingers are a little bit long, but it made them look slim. I liked it that. Okay. Oh, this is really, really coming out swell, you guys. I like it. You know, winter it will be coming. August is next week. You guys still have you have plenty of time to make quilts, to make especially rag quilts. They're fast and easy to make. You don't have to have a lot of skills. You don't have to worry about seams. You don't have to worry about things matching up depending on how you do it. Maria Graham, put in the chat, what kind of a denim quilt are you making? A spring chicken or a fall chicken? Mike. Thank you. Thank you. I do okay. I do okay. When I look at the other people my age, 76. Oh, this is a chat. You know, I always like to tell you guys. So yesterday I had an at-home visit, physician's visit, a wellness checkup. You know, they come and check to see how safe you are, if you have things you can trip over, your living circumstances, and and you guys, my insurance company pays me $50 for allowing them to come and check and do a health assessment, right? And sometimes they give you little rewards and you have to use them on healthy food or something like that. No, we're not talking about government coming from the government or anything. I'm talking about my insurance plan. So the lady was telling me that I was doing really well. And it was funny. They give you three words to remember to see if you're getting senile or dementia or whatnot. Which of course I am. You see me in the middle of something, I'll start talking about something else, and then I'll remember what I was talking about and go back to it sometimes. Or you guys ask me a question and I remember what I was supposed to be doing. So she gave me three words. They were pencil, apple, and uh, table or something like that. But it just so happened where she was sitting with her computer at the table, she didn't have a pencil, she had a pen, but I looked at it. And then there was an apple in the fruit bowl over there. And of course, the fruit bowl was sitting on the table. So I made a little sentence out of it. I usually keep saying the words over and over and over in my head so that I can remember. But luckily, she asked me right away. Then they give you a piece of paper and they tell you, you see me pulling on something, I'm pulling on the cord to the sewing machine to get the foot pedal where I need it. And they give you a piece of paper and tell you to draw a clock. Then she told me to draw 3:35, the time that it was then. So I did the piece of paper, I did the round clock, right? And then she was looking at me like I was crazy. I put the 3 and the 6, the 9 and the 12. I put those in first because I wanted them to be straight, like the 12 above the 6, 3. Then I put the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm like, wait a minute. I don't put the big hand up there. No, I put the little hand over by the 3 and the big hand over there past the 6. But I passed. I wasn't too crazy. Juanita Campbell, thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything. So where's Hershey? He's back there. Have to give him a bath tonight and a blow dry, even though it's going to rain tomorrow, because he has to go get his rabies shot and his vet exam. I won't be able to go see Mom tomorrow because the only appointment I could get was Sunday after church up here where I live, not over there where she lives. And it's going to be pouring down rain. I don't drive in the rain. I can drive. I don't drive if I can help it. But okay, so here we go. So those of you who just came in, I'm sewing my hand onto my grandmother's hand onto this quilt that I'm making out of old jeans and leftover fabric strips. And I'm glad I started, I guess experience or whatever. I started on the bottom of this hand, right? Or the bust of a hand. So it just happened I sewed across here and I didn't have the width of the zigzag on. So it just sewed straight. But now that I did that, it looks pretty cool. I'll show you. Backstitch a couple. Muy bueno, muy bueno. Okay. So I have my big old scissors over here. I'll get this set up together. When I set things up, I set them the way that they're comfortable. The way they're comfortable and I can reach them. So, looky here. And you will be able to see the stitches up there. It's supposed to look like an old-fashioned kind of quilt with big stitches, right? So the hand is sewn on. And now, hey, sissy, Joanne Stevens. Mike said 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Oh no, 12, 3, 6, 9. No, I didn't start with the 12. I started with the 3 and the 6 and the 9 and filled in the rest. It might be logical, but I have my way of doing stuff. So look, this part is finito. That was going to be the top part of the quilt, so I will just lay it here. And these were the leftovers from where that notebook cover I was supposed to be making. I didn't get back to that. So now I have heat pressed the little heart down over there. Looks like one of my seams got pressed the other way, but it's okay. I'll show you what I mean. I usually press all my seams in one direction and like right in here. Sometimes when you're sewing, it'll flip it back. But guess what? You guys, it's okay. All the rest of the seams are pressed flat. And this one will be okay too. And it's on the inside. Nobody's going to see it except you guys. And Grandma's hands are moving right along. I'm going to do something else to it. Use my rotary cutter for a cutting blade. So But one thing about this, and I didn't want it to be like all matchy matchy, like military precision. So I put the heart going like on an angle. But once I put this one there, this block looked blank. So I was trying to decide whether I would put something else in this block, even if it was just a square of fabric, denim or something, or leave it blank, like negative space. And when I quilt it, put a lot of lines going up and down, or even hand quilt it. You know, those old fashioned big stitches. What do you guys think? That I should put something else, another heart upside down or on an angle, or do hand stitching big stitches? It'll be it'll be a little bit different, or both. I could put a little block or something in, then put the big hand stitches on there to make it look like grandma's hands stitched it. What do you think about that? Or maybe just a shape like an eyeball or something, you know, like this and this. What do you think? Sissy said that looks amazing. It's me, my little amazing brain. You know how you put a little bit of yeast in the water and some, like you put a little sugar water and you put warm water with a little sugar in it when you're going to make bread or something, and then looking to see why this thread was hanging down over there. And then it blooms. You can see it blooming. That's what my little brain does when it wants to. And I'm having fun. So when I'm sewing things like this, shapes, I like to start with a little point. That way, when you come back, you can backstitch and go back, and it's not that visible. So I'm going to start down on the little point of this heart. I'm going to get it centered. Couple stitches forward, couple back. Okay. You see I'm going a little slower on these curves than I did on the hand that was going flat ahead. And this is just a little heart that I random cut out. Those of you who were here saw me. And it's just a made up shape. It doesn't match any other heart I've ever made. I just random cut it out. Like in elementary school on Valentine's Day, when you made a heart and you folded the paper in half and you made the round thing. Well, I've been making it the same way since elementary school. Oh, I was just looking to see how that gold fabric looks over there. But a lot of jeans have gold fabric. That's why I took this out. The orange fabric is so bright, and it doesn't always match whatever color I might be putting on here. So I'm going to lift this up and turn a little bit more. Do you guys like this setup so far? Mike, you can see right up close the sewing machine, and I don't have to have a lot of cameras. So my sister Joanne Stevens is saying hello to people. What's the weather in Arizona, Sissy? What's the weather out there? Can somebody put, hey, Donzel, did I say hello to you? I don't think I did. Hello, Donzel Cooper. And welcome. What's the weather where everybody is? It's hot and muggy here in Connecticut. It's 88. It looks like it's raining out, but it's just so much dew in the air. It's not raining. I'm excited because I want to sew this next piece on. And I want to ask you guys, so do you think I should put another piece in that blank spot? Put a number 1 in it. If you think I should hand stitch it, those big old-fashioned stitches like grandma, put a 2 in there. If you think I should put a little something in that blank space and sew the negative space with big grandma stitches, put a 3 in the chat. So a 1, if you think I should just put like something like the heart or the hand in this blank spot. I'll show you the blank spot again in a minute. Put a 2 if you think I should just quilt like those big old-fashioned grandma hand stitches. And a 3 if you think I should put something in there and the big old stitches. Let me know. Let me know. I'm excited. I like making up stuff. My sister will tell you I never do things the way I'm supposed to. I always have to make a little, a little lark in a frolic, as they say in the legal world. And in the legal world, it's like when people are working, and you say them to do something like, say, go drive the Amazon truck, and they go in, take a break, and go out to lunch somewhere, go to the Chinese food place, then something happens, they're not where they're supposed to be. It's called a lark and a frolic in the business world. Okay. Well, before I get to this bottom string, because I know I left it long, I don't want the machine when I come back around here to get caught up in it. So I'm going to cut them off before I get there so they don't gag. They don't choke. So I'm enjoying football. I love sports, you guys. And I'm looking at the controversy in Cleveland, where Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner is from, looking at the conflict with Deion Sanders' son being drafted at a 5th round draft choice. The kid's actually a very good football player. He's only 22. He has an older brother who also plays quarterback. I think he went to some team in Miami. But it's a whole bunch of controversy on how much he should get paid and whatnot. Guess what? He made a separate deal with Mikey, with Nike, where I think his contract's for $4 million. His jersey has already outsold any jersey in the NFL, and he's already made $14 million on the side before he takes the first snap. Okay, so Juanita Campbell is saying 3. I know she's a bougie. Hola, hola, bougie. I miss you. I seen you. I was in the bushes. You and Croppa and stuff, but I was getting ready for this, trying to figure out where I was going to put stuff. So, you guys, the heart is on. The heart is on. So, the way this is going to go, and I'm going to pin it, I'm going to pin the top to the bottom. Now, this might be interesting because there are a lot of seams. So, I will try to fix this one and trim this extra fabric off so that when I try to go across, I can lay it flat. Okay, so I'm going to put these 2 parts together because I thought when I did this, these 2 gold parts would mix and match like a T. So let me get going. I'm not going to pin them. I'm going to try to eyeball them. And I'm going to go back to a straight seam. I'm going to leave it on a 3mm stitch length because I'm sewing through a lot of denim. And I'm going to put the width back to 0. Okay, so let's go, you guys. And this is the end that was the toughest. And I'm actually, instead of a 1/4 inch seam, I'm actually going to put like a 1/3 of an inch seam. Why? Because I won't be on the edge of all those thick seams. Thank you, Donzel Cooper. Oh wait, no, I didn't see Bouger. That was what's her name? Bouger. Hola. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Bouger, how are you doing? I miss you. You been getting that target practice in and jogging? Are you running in the summertime? She does so much, you guys. So I'm going to back stitch a little bit. Why? Because this is going to take a lot of putting together. And we're going to figure this out. Okay, so I don't have, I'm going to use this to go under this thick part. It worked. Whistle while you work. Bouger, what have you been doing all summer? You had such a good garden going before you moved, after you moved. What's going on? What's going on in all of y'all's gardens? My garden is on sleep because I just finished getting it planted this week, but I don't care as long as I get something. Oh, you know what? I can go to the farmer's market tomorrow. I'm not usually in town when they have it. When I take Hershey to the vet tomorrow, I didn't pay his taxes. Why? Because his rabies shot was overdue. For his tags. I'm an unfit mother. Unfit. I'm going to show you this guy, you guys, in just a second. I'm so excited because this quilt came out of leftover scraps that were not doing what they were supposed to do. And when I'm sewing two seams together, two long seams, these are not very long, but I put a pin about an inch or two from the bottom. This fabric is stretchy. I'm going to make it fit. I'm going to make it fit. It may not be exactly the way it's supposed to be, but I am going to make it work. I'm going to hold it flat because under the bottom are a lot of stitches, a lot of seams going a lot of different ways. And I'm pulling it just a little bit. Even when you don't have stretchy fabric, these are old jeans that have elastic in them. Even if you don't have stretchy fabric, you can usually pull it and stretch it a quarter of an inch and make it fit. Okay. Okay, baby, let's go. Let's get this party started. Okay. We are almost there. So I had this hidden, so it will fit. I'm going to make it work. Oh, this is exciting. Whoa. Okay. Back stitch a little. Oh, it's acting funny. Okay. It's all good in the neighborhood. Okay. You guys who are 2A, I know Bouger Preppers in here. I'm undercover 2A person, but if you check it out, 2A concerns the Second Amendment and your right to arms, your right to this, that, and the other. We all know the United States is out of control with a lot of violence with pew-pews. And there's been a recent Supreme Court decision concerning them, so you might want to look it up. So look, you guys. This part is sewn together. The first two pieces. And the third one is going to be, oh, nobody voted except Juanita Campbell. Oh, Joanne Stevens says 3. 3. She wants me to sew a piece on and do some big stitches. Okay. So when I get that set up, I'll do some big stitches in front of you. I actually have a couple things that need some big stitches. You see this one? This one? This one has been sitting up there waiting for me to do some hand sewing and some big quilting. So I'm going to do that on both of them. But meanwhile, on the home front, now this piece is a wonky piece. You see the bottom? It's wonky. So I have to cut a long, thin triangle out to fit this. But I want to put the three pieces together with you guys. So let me see how I'm going to do it. Okay, so the top part is flat. I'm going to put it to the bottom part of this part that's flat. I'm going to put one pin on the beginning. Mike says yes. Everybody's hot. What is going on? And then there are people that say they don't believe in global warming. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's just ridiculousness. Oh, so these don't fit exactly. You see this little part left over? But I'm not going to force this piece to fit. Why? Because it's just extra black fabric, and I can just cut that little edge off once it is sewn. I just want to hold the seams flat. All right. So let's go. And this is called an art quilt. Why? Because it's all made of, some people call it an art quilt, but because it's not traditional, I call it, this is going to be named Grandma's Hands. Okay. Those of you who have channels, David, Crappa, what's up? What's up? I've been seeing you. You better be glad I am nowhere near you, David. David Crappa, I would be tearing your yard up. I'd be over there wanting chicken eggs. Of course, I would compensate you for it. But you have all that food going, all that garlic, all that everything, all that squash, some great googa mooga squashes. Oh my gosh, I just lose my mind. I eat fresh food every day. Those of you who are on Facebook see my meals. My aide, my helper and I cook, and we cook fresh food, fresh veggies every day. But oh, just to be able to go outside and pick everything and bring it back in, oh, I would just love that. All I have mostly in my little community garden is herbs. And thank you, God. I'm not being ungrateful. How happy to be in my little apartment and have access to a garden to grow whatever I want. So it is what it is. But I just look at you guys and smile. I remember the days. And now I get my fresh eggs from one of my neighbors who has a farm up the street. Not up the street, but in a nearby town. And I got back in rotation. I got out of it when I was in Arizona. He's Oyabak. I was looking for you. I needed some help. His English isn't that good. I help him with it sometimes. Then I get a discount on my eggs. And these eggs are so heavy, so full of protein, and they're so orange, so dark when I get them. I have a dozen in there now. Fresh, fresh, fresh. Okay, I'm looking to see what direction this seam is going in. Then I'm going to show you guys. This old-fashioned grandma's hand quilt. It's not pressed, but it's all right. Most of the time, they didn't press them. Oh, I have next week or next time I go live, I'll show you. I have a little metal washboard like they used to wash clothes in the country. And by hand, a metal washboard. I have a little, it's for dolls, a little quilt rack that you put quilts on. And over there, I have one of those metal irons that they used to put in the fire or on the wood stove to heat up. So wherever on a shutdown the world stops, I can go back to living like my grandma really did. Really did. I love collecting these old things. I have Auntie Joanne bought me at an auction. I have a coffee grinder where you put the coffee beans at the top and you grind it around and around. They come out in a little drawer. I still make coffee the old fashioned way. I make it espresso coffee and I grind my own beans when I have them. If I don't have them, I use Cafe Bustelo because I like strong coffee. Like my coffee, like I used to like my menses, like I used to like them. Yeah, no, yeah, no. Everybody's saying hello, 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 hello. I'm just being silly. It's the end of the week. Oh, this thing came closer than I thought. As far as the scene allows. Oh, I'm loving this, you guys. So, I was thinking while I was sewing what I'll put in that little space. I think I'll make a tiny little, maybe 3-inch. My sister Joanne is good for that. She loves making tiny things. Maybe I'll make a little tiny granny square. So you sell and give your family yours? Well, I'll be your family, David. Oh, wait. You're already family. Why? Because good friends become family, and family is everything, nephew. Nephew, nephew. I love garlic too, Mike. So let me turn this around and around and around and around. And I see you on the DL, David, with all that smooth music, like that David Porter music. Am I saying it right? No. Gregory Porter, all that smooth music. Remind you of your mama sewing. Yes. And men sew too, David. David, we would be trading quilts for food. We'll sew quilts for food. So look at this, you guys. I only have to put a little. Wait a minute. Which way is it going? First of all, it's inside out. Look. And you see this bottom is uneven down here. And that's where I'm going to put a little black triangle piece to even it up. Then I'm going to put a little denim border on it, and it has to be pressed first. So let me see approximately what size it is. 6 to 18 and 18 and 6 is 18. I was just checking. 24. So it's 24 inches on this side, on the top, and looks pretty square. 18 and 18. It's 7 inches on this side, maybe 6.5, maybe 24.5. So if I put some little borders on here, it'll fit in my little viewing space up there. And look at Grandma's hands, you all. It's just coming along. You want to see the back? Most quilters are people that sew, people that do needlepoint, people that knit. Sissy will tell you, my sister Joanne, the first thing people do, thank you, Maria Graham, is look at the back to see if you mess up, see how ugly it is. So, where is my cell phone? Oh, there it is, so that I can see what you guys are saying in the chat. So when I press this down and put some thin borders on it, then I will be ready to quilt it. Doesn't it look rugged? And again, it's inspired by G's Bend and Grandma, the kind of quilts they used to make in the old day. The neighbor that I was talking about who went to school with my aunt, she said she's 89 years old. And I think my Aunt Tiny will be 90. They went to high school together in North Carolina. And I was telling her about my aunt saying that they would go pick the cotton and then take it to the mill and have it ginned. When they had it ginned, I guess it would take the seeds out, most of the seeds. I've seen quilts with the cotton in it, with the seeds still in it, because after the cotton was picked, recently they used the big combine machines to go through the fields and get the cotton. But then after the harvest, there's always a few late blooming bulbs, late blooming ones, and then the people, the neighbors, whatever, would go and get it, and they would put those in quilts. My mother said she has seen quilts with like straw inside, old coats, whatever they had to keep warm. To keep warm. I'm glad I remind you of your mama, David. Guess what? Mama still got some of them oxtails back there and a freezer full of food. I don't care what tariff they put on what. I'll be eating whatever I want to eat. I usually don't eat a lot of meat, red meat of any time. Meat, I mean beef, pork. I like some ribs every once in a while. I like some oxtail every once in a while. I like a lot of fish. I eat some chicken. I went to the I went to this store that's down in the neighborhood, the old neighborhood in a town there where I live. I went over there a couple weeks ago and got a couple packs of chicken feet. Why? Because I boiled them this week, and I made several quarts of homemade bone broth. I can't wait to make some chicken noodle soup out of them. What did my Oh, they're talking about dehydrated from. I grew a lot of garlic a couple of years ago. A lot of ginger. I dehydrated it. I have a small scale country cooking kitchen in here. I still have lemon and lemon rinds. I got some from California. What did he change his name? Juicing with J. California, Cali J sent me some Myers lemons. I dehydrated them. I had a little bit of ginger left, but one of my niece daughters came. I gave her that. I have a lot of herbs that are dried that I made. Maybe two little half pint jars of pineapple. I'm gonna make some chow chow this year. You see this? Let me bring you guys close to me again. I'm gonna put this over here for safety reasons. You guys, you guys. So you watched it come together, and now it just needs to be pressed. And that's my real hand. And I'm going to bring you close to me. Why? Because I'm always doing something. You put garlic cloves in a pickle jar? Or do you put them in there with pickle juice? I'm up here rubbing the screen. This screen is an Apple computer. You can't ever touch their screens, which I'm glad because I hate fingerprints all over the screens, like the kids' iPads and stuff. Oh, I have garlic and honey. I have garlic and olive oil, but I found out that that doesn't stay in the cabinet very well. And it's garlic from my garden. Um, I have some fermented garlic. Do you want to see it? Do you want me to go get it? That type of quilt with the cotton seeds in it. Bouger saying, "Hey, Elder Maria Graham." Chicken feet make the best soup. Yep. And then I strained the feet out so nobody would see it in my family. And I hate to admit it, but I actually threw the feetses away. I threw them away because I was hiding them from everybody. You just saw some feet in the Mexican store. You didn't know stores sold them. Yeah, they don't have them out in public, but you can ask them. I went to the Chinese store in the hood, David. Went down there and got me some. I sure did. And I should have been there at 9 o'clock in the morning when they opened because everybody was in there buying stuff. David said, let's see. You want to see everything, David? Okay, hold on and I will show you. Hold on, you guys. And there were people like Muslim ladies with the garb on, so you know they were buying. Um, and she had cases like a boxes of something, so you know it was something for their cuisine. Okay, hold on, you guys. You can look at my stuff in the background. I will be back. Okay. So here I come. My, sorry to take so long. My refrigerator is so full. But I thought I would show you guys some. Oops, this one's upside down. So this is what bone broth looks like with the chicken. Hey, Miss Shirley OG. I was just talking about Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns, and that Shador Sanders. So this is a jar of chicken feet bone broth that I made and strained. Hey, GQuat Traditions. Hello, Miss Shirley OG. And look at this. You see how thick it is? I don't know if you could, it's like jello inside the jar. This is what you want. I used to put them in quart jars, but this is so thick. You don't want to, and it will clean your system out now. It will go through you if you put too much. Ask me how I know. So I mix this real pure bone broth, and this little bit of fat on the top is good for it. In Jewish cooking, when they're making like matzo balls and stuff, they start with pure chicken, and you have to have the fat from here to make the matzo balls. Okay. Now, the next interesting thing I will show you is this. And this is a SCOBY hotel. This has two, maybe three SCOBYs in them. You can leave them out, but I wanted them to stop working. I put them in here when I went to Arizona. They look like placentas, don't they? Oh my goodness. When my dog used to have puppies and the placenta would come out, it would look like something like that. But these are round. They take the shape of whatever jar you have them in. And I call them a SCOBY hotel. And you put them in here with a little bit of tea with sugar in it. That's, I know I could cook. I could throw it out, David. Ask Auntie Joanne. Oh, Sissy says it looks like a bone broth I made in Arizona. It's like jello. It's like jello, and it's that thick. So this is what a SCOBY hotel looks like. You see the thing sweating. Oh, I'm going to take in a few weeks. You see this? There's a big bowl up there. It's 30 quarts, and I'm going to make some chow chow. For those of you who don't know what chow chow is, it's a type of relish that they like in the country. You put it over your greens and whatnot, and it's made of cat. They usually make it at the end of the year, Maria Graham. Like the rest of the, like when the frost hits, that's when they made it in Connecticut. When the tomatoes didn't turn red, they would take the green tomatoes, a few red tomatoes, to make them to make them make it pretty. Bell peppers, a few hot peppers if you like it hot. Now this is my it's garlic in olive oil. Next time I come, I'll get you the fermented garlic that is in a jar because it's in a cabinet in back of a whole bunch of stuff. And this is an extra virgin olive oil that's actually kind of green. Well, yes, David, Corey, it depends on how you make it. I make some that's spicy, then I make some that's not spicy because my family doesn't eat spicy stuff. Only me, hot lips over here. So this is about a year old. A year old. Now, when in the wintertime, when I have a cold or something, I go get that fermented garlic that I grew myself in my yard, and I put it in some local honey because I can't afford to get the one from Jegs. I can't afford the shipping. The shipping is redunculous, but you can get a quart of natural unpasteurized honey around here for about, in some places, $25 a quart. Other places it's more, but it's like medicine for your soul. Oh, I know what I want to show you guys. Scorpios love heat, don't we? This is the last thing I'm going to show you guys because it shouldn't be here, but oops, dropped a little piece. So this is some comfrey that's all dry. It's ready to be chopped up and put in the jar. When I get enough of it, I'm going to make some comfrey salve. This is holy basil. I let the flowers and everything. I just cut the whole thing off. There's a little bit of, oh, it smells so good, oregano at the bottom of that. And then sometimes I just grab it, crush it up. Yes, Sarah's Happy Hives does. I just love her chow. You had chow chow with your cabbage yesterday. You know what's up. You know what's up, sis. So I'm going to put this here. But I cook everything from scratch. That's why it takes me so long to cook. And I cook it in courses. You know how you go to those fancy restaurants and they serve like a tasting menu and you get a little bit of this. Well, when it comes off the stove, whether it's macaroni and cheese, hey sissy Roscoe, you want to taste a little bit? My cornbread, everything is from scratch. OG. OG. He wants to know why he didn't call her to have some chow chow with her cabbage. That's what made me talk about the chow chow now because I had a couple heads of cabbage, and down at the bottom of my refrigerator, if I turn it all the way up, I can put stuff way back and it will last. So I'm gonna stack up on cabbage and cut it real fine. My helper and I will have a cabbage chopping time. She likes to cut everything with, like, the steak knives. She likes the serrated edge of a steak knife, and she can cut food with that like like a KitchenAid mixer cut it. I mean, just fine. You be fat around me? Oh, no, you wouldn't, David. You be working, bruh. You be working that fat off. You would not be fat. I would keep you busy. I would keep you busy. All right. So, do any of you have any questions about anything? This was fun. Oh, you know what? And I like the setup. I like the setup with this thing right here, right up close and personal. I wish you guys were here. I want to cook something. I don't want to eat it. I can't eat what I cook, else I lose my sexy. I'm thick sexy. That's what I am. For those who like him, well, one of my husbands told me, my second one, he said, I saved your life. I used to wear like a size 8 forever and ever and ever. And then when I met him, I got up to like a 14. He said he saved my life. I was starving to death. Wasn't nobody starving no death. I was thick to death. Still am, actually. Actually, I try not to wear anything that's close fitting because it causes problems. Problems. All right, you guys. So, do you have any questions about anything? I wish you were near me too, David. We would have so much fun. We would have so much fun. And I feel bad. I have to throw food away. I give food away, but sometimes I intend to eat something and I don't get around to it. And then my helper fixes my plate so I don't have too much on it. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to show you guys something. Like some of my meals. So this was like a thin bagel, like a bagel thin up the top with a little chopped chicken salad in it. On the bottom, I guess left or right, that is a beet salad. On the bottom right, well, it's my right, that is a salad that we made out of the garden. It had some Seville cabbage in it, had some red lettuce out of the garden, had a few pieces of spearmint, even had a little bit of sage and oregano. And that was lunch that day. And this was lunch another day, and it was a half of a sweet potato, a chicken cutlet. I put some cheese on it at the end. It did melt after this picture. And then another salad. Then somebody had the nerve to put in my chat that it looked nasty. I left it up there too. I'm like, you're entitled to your opinion. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Find something soft. It ain't here. Something soft to play with. When I first planted my garden out there before, and I had the wooden raised bed, I had all that lettuce, all that salad growing. Now I don't even try to because the critters eat most of it. But since I got the tin beds, they're not as bad getting in my garden. Oh, this was a little video. They're so funny about you showing this and copyright that. They get on my daggone nerves. So, you guys. Oh, that was the echinacea. And I will do a garden. Oh, I know what else was in the salad. Green onions. Looks like a meal from a restaurant. That's how we eat. We try to make it look nice. And then she makes my portions because there wouldn't be all that white showing on the plate if I made it. So we cook and I let somebody else make the plates. When I'm in Arizona, I cook. Auntie Joanne makes the plate and arranges them, and then she'll take a picture of them. They're always nice. Okay, you guys, before you go, don't forget to put an exclamation mark, GQUAT, and drop your link so everybody can get together with you. I don't know why my little, that little banner isn't showing today, but I'm not going to be messing with things because I'll be touching stuff and poof, I will go away. But next time I come up, I will. It's like at the end of the month and you're managing your money and stuff. So this account I had so many minutes, that account I had so many. And over here, I was trying to do a short intro and a short put my short outro back, maybe a little money dance or something. Not that I got any money, hunty. So Miss Shirley dropped hers. Let me just check real quick to see if there are any questions because or comments because sometimes I don't see them and I don't want to leave anybody out. Tell Joanne to put more potatoes on your plate. I do. Oh, I went to the farmer's market nearby. It's like an Indian Pakistani farmer's market nearby, and I bought this big bag of potatoes. I bought this 10-pound bag. It must have been of onions, big yellow onions. I broke it in half and gave half of them away to my helper. But then I was going to give her half, then me half. I ended up giving her both halves. But I said, "Oh, you can't take it back." So, but I have enough. And the big red onions, I love, love, love those. I like those raw in all my salads. All the salads that I showed you just now had them in there. I told Joanne to put more on your plate. Well, you guys, I thank you for coming. I appreciate each and every one of you. Why? Because good friends become family. Family is everything. And yes, this is my real goat Belle. Lilac was my lead goat. I could call her and she'd bring the other goats in. In American Sign Language, this is an I. This is an L. This is a U.